All right. I'm going to keep this very short. You've heard a lot from me. I am going to hand it over to Greg Rouse momentarily. But before I do, I just want to say thanks again to all of the students here. I'm so proud of you. Those presentations and your projects were extraordinary, phenomenal, outstanding, so polished, and so interesting. Each and every one of them so different, so varied. And anyone who sat here all day, I think, learned more than they ever could have imagined. And I think one of my favorite parts, I have to say it because it is the 20th anniversary of MAS MBC, is that, I don't know, half, 2/3 of those projects had alumni involvement in some way. And it was so cool to see all those faces and those names and that sort of going back to the, holding the door open and walking through and holding it open for the next person coming through that Coach Jackson mentioned in one of the films. I really see that. And so to all the alumni out there watching, thank you. I'm going to save further reflections and hand it over to Greg for that. But before I do, so at MAS MBC, we have a leadership team that is also interdisciplinary. We have Hannah, extreme water woman, me, ocean law and policy nerd. We have Mariah Garnett, who is a faculty co-chair, who is a documentarian, experimental filmmaker, award-winning filmmaker who taught us about audio and lighting in various workshops over the course of the year. And you could see that they also sat on capstone projects, capstone committees as well. Mariah is going to be rotating off, and in their place, Carolina Montejo is going to be stepping in. Carolina is, she is a writing instructor at Muir College. She is also a filmmaker who specializes in nature films and ecofeminism, so is going to be right at home in this program, being a filmmaking resource and mentor for our students next year, who start in 2 weeks from today, by the way. We also have Dr. Greg Rouse stepping, I'm going to say rotating off, not stepping down. Dr. Diana Arcila is going to be stepping in for Greg Rouse. She is a marine biologist and assistant professor. She's also the curator of the Scripps Fish Collection. She also has a love for art science. You've met her at Catalina. She also sat on capstone committees, and I'm so excited for her to come to the program so we can also learn from her and continue that tradition of interdisciplinary leadership. In the meantime, though, Dr. Greg Rouse has served as faculty co-chair for, I think, 5 years this stint. He is both an accomplished scientist who is known as Dr. Verm because of his love for worms and all things deep sea. It's not always the case that you can have somebody so smart, so accomplished, has described and discovered hundreds of species and named them himself, who is also accessible and human and kind and generous. And that is who we have had with Greg. And so we're going to miss you. So grateful for your leadership and your relentless commitment to this MAS MBC program. Every time we needed it, you were there to sometimes have to be the heavy. And that's not stuff that everybody sees behind the scenes, but he has just been such a relentless advocate, and I'm so grateful. We're going to miss you, but we can't wait to have Diana and Carolina joining. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Greg.
Well, that was very kind. Thank you, Samantha. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, but we're here to celebrate the 25 people who've been talking to us all day. And so I'm going to speak on behalf of Mariah, and I don't want to hold us up too long because we've clearly got some celebration to do with all the family and friends of everyone here. And what we've seen today is the culmination of their hard work, dedication, and passion for what really is a largely unappreciated field in our world, marine biodiversity and conservation. We're a terrestrial species. We don't engage very well with the ocean. Most people don't. And it's our job to, and this course is all about getting people to engage better with that. So we saw with their wonderful presentations, they've immersed in our aquatic world, exploring aspects of the amazingly delicate balance of our ecosystems. They've done interdisciplinary research, education, advocacy, hands-on conservation efforts, and all aimed at understanding and protecting our aquatic environments. But as I'll come to in a minute, it's all about engaging and getting engaged with the public and giving them tools. And so I just want to initially say well done to you all. It was a fantastic day, and I was really riveted all day long. Samantha, if you were here earlier in the day, at the beginning, gave a lot of shout-outs and thank yous, and I will reiterate those, particularly to the SIO department and to our helpers here today and to the film and audio production crew. Thank you so much. But there are two really key people that without them this program wouldn't function. And first we have Hannah Tannenbaum, our program coordinator. Hannah does all this amazing work on the logistics behind the scene with alumni engagement, all of the admissions. Everyone here who's been speaking to us today, probably one of their first contacts with the program was Hannah. And she's really critical to the functioning of it, handles all the social media. You saw her, hopefully you saw her great little movie earlier on today, and if not, hopefully you'll catch it on the rerun. So thank you, Hannah. And of course, our dear leader, Samantha. Samantha's been the executive director of the program now for 8 years, and I was really thrilled when she joined us. Because what she's done is had the vision and the commitment and the ability to lead this program, to transform it continually. It's always being refreshed. She's always thinking about how it can get better. And that's a huge amount of work, to be always thinking about what can happen. So she brings in different educators. She's really been focused on increasing the broad and diverse backgrounds of the people that are engaged in this program, in teaching and in participating. And it's really been a remarkable transformation, I have to say, in the 8 years since she began. So thank you so much, Samantha. So I've been involved with this program since 2006, when I first arrived here at Scripps. And I continued to be involved either as the chair or involved somehow in teaching in the summer particularly. And I really believe this is a profoundly impactful graduate program. And I want to explain a little bit why. So science, as we would all think right now, along with other important aspects of our culture, are under threat. In part, this is actually because of people like me who have failed to properly engage with the public. We haven't learnt about communicating in meaningful ways, the methods and meaning of what we do. So the public has lost trust in science. And this has allowed an opportunity for those who are anti-science to thrive. Many of you have heard of, I'm sure, the term the ivory tower. And this was originally a biblical term, but is now used to designate an environment of intellectual pursuit that's disconnected from the practical concerns of everyday life. And that really epitomizes many of our universities. So when I arrived at Scripps and I was coming from one ivory tower to what I thought would be another ivory tower, I was really intrigued by this MAS program, which was in its second year and had been established by Nancy Knowlton and Jeremy Jackson. And Nancy immediately collared me and said, "Can you come to sea with us on the Sproul," which is our little research ship. And that was the beginning for me, and I've continued every year to participate because I was really thrilled by this program. What they were trying to do was different. This was an interdisciplinary MAS program that was designed to enable people to effectively engage with the public and help them understand science and its products better. And as you've seen today, that's exactly what it does. We need this more than ever, and you, the latest cohort, you join over 350 alumni of this program. And the impact you and these people have had will continue to have is really remarkable. So really, congratulations to you all. Whether you choose to work in business, research, policy, education, community engagement, your efforts will contribute to larger movements towards sustainability and conservation. I encourage you to remain curious and committed. The struggles for conserving our aquatic biodiversity are ongoing and remain, and they will require not just knowledge, but resilience, creativity, and patience. I'm hopeful that this moment we are in will pass and that you are keys to making that happen. Congratulations to you all. Make waves in this world of marine biodiversity and conservation. Our aquatic world is counting on you. So let's go celebrate. Open the doors.